Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope by the grace of God you are doing well. So today is going to be a long one because I want to share with you the story of Jesus walking on water. I know we've heard it multiple times, but I also want to share with you the story. I know it's in most of the Gospels, but I want to take this from Matthew chapter 14, and I just want to make it as brief as possible. So we will read from verse 25 to 31. So let us read. And 25. And in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus came to them walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified and said, "It is a ghost," and they cried out in fear. But immediately he spoke to them, saying, "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." Peter replied to him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on water and came towards Jesus. Verse 30. But when he saw the effects of the wind, he was frightened and began to sink. And he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately, Jesus extended his hand and caught him, saying, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" Okay, so as we read from the Bible, John chapter 14, verse 25 to 31, as we read, Jesus Christ was walking on water, normally doing what he does best, miracles. He was doing that. Then the disciples were frightened. The disciples were frightened because obviously, if as human as you are, if you should see someone walking on the sea, you'll be frightened, like, hey, who does that? What we know, like the normal physics that we know, is that the person should sink. No one can walk on water. So Jesus was doing what was humanly impossible, and the disciples saw him, they were frightened. But Jesus Christ encouraged them that they shouldn't be afraid because it is him that is walking on water. And this shows me that the disciples didn't know Jesus well enough to know him and what he was capable of doing. And even when he was like, it is him that was walking on water, Peter, our beloved Peter, was like, "Jesus, if it is really you that are walking on water, I need to command me to come." So Jesus Christ was like, "Okay, I think you want to prove yourself." So Jesus Christ commanded Peter to come. And initially, Peter started walking on water, but Peter took his eyes off Jesus and focused on the storms and everything that was happening around him. Beloved, I want to encourage you that whatever it is, first of all, don't doubt Jesus. But then, when you are doing something that is impossible, doing something that people think it's impossible, do not take your eyes off Jesus. Continue to fix your gaze and your focus on Jesus. When Peter took his eyes off Jesus, he noticed whatever was going on around him, the storms and everything, the stormy winds. He noticed that, and he began to sink. If Peter was still focused on Jesus, I am positive that he would have gone to meet Jesus where Jesus was, but then he took his eyes off Jesus. Moving on, when Peter began to sink, he didn't just leave himself to go down, but he cried out to Jesus, "Jesus, save me." And Jesus reached his hands immediately and held him and pulled him out of like the sea that he was sinking inside. Jesus took his hands and pulled him out. So if you are going down, just don't allow yourself to go down. Call on Jesus, no matter how late it is. Even if you are at the bottom, God is capable of rescuing you. There's no sin that is so far, like that's great, that God cannot save you from it. There's nothing I'm telling you, there's nothing that you've done that is so bad that God cannot save you from it. God is capable of saving you. You just have to believe in your heart that God has forgiven you. So I want to encourage you. First of all, do not doubt Jesus. Secondly, do not take your eyes off Jesus. No matter what's happening around you, do not take your eyes off Jesus. Fix your eyes and your gaze on Jesus. And thirdly, when you are going down, call on the name of Jesus because he will save you. I hope you are blessed by this message. Have an amazing day. Bye.